I'm in my car the other day, out of town, and the song from the 70s comes on. It's Afternoon Delight by the Starland Vocal Band. Heard of them? Maybe not. But it's a song that just embedded itself into my brain. And for days now, every time that I pause a thought or anything like that, that song continues to play in my head, whether I like it or not. It's just continually there. Picking up the pieces and the dee afternoon delight, just over and over again in my head there. I didn't mind the song before, but right now it's my villain in my head. I know that you've had that too, where you've had a song or something you've heard and it just continues to play over and over again. I think they call it earworms, which just seems nasty. And this is pretty nasty, but there's something actually worse than this. There are other things that play in our head all the time, and it's usually negative voices. Those are worse than any song that you can imagine. Those voices, they can come from things that we've heard in our childhood. It can come from family members, adult figures when we were kids, saying something derogatory or mean to us. It can come from bullies or coworkers, and it can even come from ourselves. We have these tapes that continue to play, these playlists, and it seems like whenever we want to achieve something, whenever we want to move forward or to achieve a goal or improve ourselves, or even anytime we just want to have fun, sometimes those negative songs just continue to play and telling us that we're not good enough, telling us that we are less than, telling us that we're either ugly, we're either underweight or overweight, we're either short, tall. I mean, whatever criticism there is, whatever the thing is, it always seems to tune itself into what the thing that we want to accomplish is. When I first became a pastor, I had negative voices from people that had criticisms. And those criticisms, as I was trying to answer even God's call, those criticisms continued to weave their way in and made it pretty difficult for me to move forward in some cases. Whatever it is that whether it's a career move or a job or whatever it is, we all have these negative voices that we just continue to play. And like I say, sometimes they can be from outside sources, but sometimes we create those playlists ourselves and they just continue to play over and over again. When I was telling somebody about the song that I was hearing, Afternoon Delight, don't look it up. They said, one of the ways that you can actually counteract that is to surround yourself with other songs. Just listen to other music that you love, and not just one song, but just listen to a bunch of songs. And it can help kind of get that out of there because you're now thinking of other things. And I think that works well with the negative thought too. The first thing is if you're around people that are continually giving you those negative things, that are continually saying negative things about you, continue to criticize or whatever those voices, the one thing that you don't need is for those songs to continue to refresh themselves in your world. And sometimes taking yourself out of those situations truly is the best way to do it. I mean, if I had Afternoon Delight playing in my head, the first thing I got to do is I got to shut that off. I got to stop playing Afternoon Delight. And if someone is telling me that I'm no good or I can't do this or anything like that, the first thing that I have to do is to create boundaries for myself and to shut that off. The second thing I have to do is to surround myself with new songs, surround myself with a different playlist, one that is positive, surround myself with voices of people that love and care about me and are there to encourage me, and to be around it long enough that, how you're humming a song by yourself, that maybe you start humming the positivity a little bit too. Maybe you start to, instead of you feeding that negative voice, you are feeding a positive voice inside your head. We can rewrite those tapes, but it takes some time. It takes the removal of the negativity, and it takes the replacing that with positivity. And sometimes once we remove the negativity, the hardest part is to look for where it is. Sometimes that's a long walk. Sometimes it is looking around your surroundings, but sometimes it's even going into your past, into your childhood. Why were these things said, and are they true, and who would say that, and being able to stick up for yourself during that time and build that strength to say, no, I don't need to listen to this anymore. And then to turn and listen to the good songs around us. Prayer does that for me too. I pray for for signs of God's love. And you know what? When I do that, I see it all around me. And I'm encouraged that God's not the one that is telling me that I'm no good or anything like that. That God created me, and God wants me to achieve those goals, wants me to move forward. That God is the cheerleader, the mother hen in my world. And so that's a voice that I continue, the signs of what I see. Those are new songs. And then to continue to surround myself with people that say, you know what, we believe in you. The things that people have said, or whatever, your childhood, wherever these voices come from, we know you, and we encourage you, and we love you. Those are the voices that you surround yourself. And hopefully, by doing all of this, you create new songs in your world. You create a better playlist. You deserve a better playlist, because your song from inside, it's a good song, one that should be repeated. I hope that you do that. And I hope that your day is less plagued by the earworms of negativity, and are filled more with songs of delight. I just put that song back in my head again. I think I'm going to go listen to some jazz now. Love God, love yourself, and love your neighbor.